I'm probably bringing nothing to the table.
Basically, you can't do anything.
Ooh, you okay?
Yep. On a scale of 1 to 10, my skating ability is 0.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. And goddamn, with all of the excitement surrounding Corey Feldman, Big Feld Dog's appearance on Dancing with the Stars, everybody's excited. The Feld Dog summer is coming to an end, and it's been a while since we had a big Corey moment. You know, we had the Loserville tour a while back, and a couple of other events that have happened over the past couple of years. But this is Corey's latest big move, okay? And you guys seem to be enjoying the coverage, and I'm building up quite a little archive of Corey videos. We have a Feld Dog playlist, if you will. So I will actually start an official Corey playlist. That will be, I'll link that down below so you guys can dive into the archives. But over the past couple of weeks with Dancing with the Stars becoming a little bit of an event here, I saw a couple of other channels, Drew Lane, Jim and Them, and a couple of other channels talking about something, an appearance, a television appearance that I knew nothing about.
Okay, next is a man whose hair has a mind of its own. We all know who we're talking about. It's Hollywood actor Corey Feldman.
And that was Corey's 2012 appearance on Dancing on Ice. This was a UK show that takes place, like it says, on ice. Corey on skates. I immediately looked up the show and watched the clips that were available, and I realized there is a treasure trove of Feld Dog gold that we have to dissect. We have to dig into.
Oh, I think as a dancer, I'm one of the best there is.
I was friends with Michael Jackson.
Like this video if you could. I don't normally say that, but if you could like this video, it does help out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. I don't always talk about Feld Dog, but I sure love a good Feld Dog. Also, check this video out, by the way. It's kind of an underrated video on Howard Stern, the rise and fall, kind of the complete story that takes you from the beginning of Howard Stern's career all the way to present day. So I'm really proud of that video. But enough of that. Let's dive into Corey's roller coaster of an appearance on the UK show from 2012, Dancing on Ice. And goddamn, guys, this was a doozy. It really, really was. This was something to behold. Now, this show covers every Corey quirk imaginable. The hair, the MJ moves, the many, many excuses for a poor performance. All the hallmarks of Corey are here in spades. In many ways, this is the perfect distillation about how Corey sort of approaches every single one of his artistic endeavors. I guess you could call shows like this artistic endeavors. Others would call these shows the places where careers go to die. Almost like a wounded animal crawling under a tree to pass away in peace. A career brutally executed on live TV for all of us sick fucks to have a gander at. Now, right from the start, the tone of UK is noticeably different from that of the US.
There's something about Corey that always makes you think he's just walked out of a nightclub at 3 a.m. There's an uncertainty about his balance.
Where US TV is sterilized to the point of complete blandness, over there, they're really not afraid to poke fun and take the piss out of someone like Corey, which was refreshing, actually. They're calling him out for his dumb hair.
Corey Feldman is our only star whose hair has its own Twitter account. In fact, it tweeted me earlier on and said it wanted to be known as The Strand. So there we go. I know it's got nothing to do with you, but it is very funny. So if you don't want angry tweets from the hair, then vote for Corey.
They comment on the fact that Corey is the most prolific MJ impersonator of all time.
Yeah, do all the microjection you can give me.
We used to dance together and I learned from watching him. So if I could learn to skate as well as I can dance, then I think I'd be in the game. Oh, sorry.
And the environment doesn't allow for pushback from Corey, which is fucking fantastic. First off, the host immediately calls out Corey for his hair. This is the time where he was rocking that greasy strand. It was also about the time of his wife swap appearance.
Is a man whose hair has a mind of its own. We all know who we're talking about. It's Hollywood actor Corey Feldman.
He was doing a lot of reality TV at this time. The two Coreys, wife swap, Dancing on Ice, just taking anything that came his way. And bless Corey's heart, he's done some amazing movies that all of us know and love. But of course, with somebody like Corey, when they're introducing the contestants, they introduce Corey, and the only thing they can show is projects that he did 30 years ago. So they show a clip of Goonies. I mean, what are they going to show? A clip of Zombie King or Lucky Fritz?
Clever boy. But there is something you forgot to tell.
What?
What?
So again, they're just rehashing the Stand By Me and showing clips of him when he was 12 years old. And then you cut to him and he's a 53-year-old with a greasy Michael Jackson strand doing the moonwalk. It's kind of fucking hilarious, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's keep cruising. In this show, he also says the biggest lie of his entire career that I've ever seen him say, which is that, well, I'll just let him say it.
I don't really care what people think of me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have this weird piece of hair hanging from my face.
It's funny because pretty much the only thing Corey cares about is what people think about him. He fires if somebody even says the slightest off-key thing about him, he just loses his fucking mind. So I thought that was funny. He also makes a very, very grandiose statement about how he's the best dancer that the fucking world has ever seen.
Oh, I think as a dancer, I'm one of the best there is.
Oh my God, there's so much Corey gold in this. I'm getting a little too excited. Of course, with these shows, we get a glimpse of him having a little training montage, and he is fucking terrible.
Me, and then there's the ice. And only one of us is gonna be left standing. Probably gonna be the ice.
Come on, let's go.
He is laughably unprepared. And then we get the little nugget of knowledge that the producers, before he even got there, told him, they said, Corey, Feld Dog, Mr. Feldman, dude, you gotta get at least 40 hours on the ice. If you've never skated, try to get 40 hours on the ice. Otherwise, you're going to completely fail and make a fool out of yourself. Spoiler alert, that's what happens.
But despite Brooks' best efforts, Corey's progress is slow.
I'm probably bringing nothing to the table other than charm.
You're just an accident waiting to happen. What's in your pocket?
How's my checkbook?
Everyone starts to see the challenge that lies ahead with Corey.
He's very behind. I'm a little bit disappointed today in what I saw. Basically, you can't do anything.
Ooh, you okay?
Yep.
And he only told us about 12 times in his billion of excuses in this episode about why he didn't perform that he was filming 2 movies at the time of this show. And
you know, I was working on 2 films at the same time as training for this, so I didn't have the time to put into it that I wanted. And I felt really sad about that. But in the end, once I got here, I focused. I've been working really hard, and hopefully I get to stay for a while.
if he shot this show and he was filming those movies in 2012, a few months later they came out, it was probably in 2013, right? So those 3 Feld Dog films that came out in 2013, we have the winning trio of Corey Feldman films as Zombex, The Zombie King, which features Eddie Furlong, and I have seen it is an unwatchable movie.
Clever boy.
2013, also the next year, right after this show premiered, is also when Ascension Millennium came out. So this is right on the cusp of the new wave of Feld Dog. So we are really building up to Corey's, big year there. Anyway, Corey stinks as a dancer. His lack of prep shows, and the people involved in the show, the trainers and the choreographers are not afraid to let us know how they feel. As things progress before this first big performance, Corey also starts to feel this pressure. You can see it weighing on him. The stakes have never been higher. It all comes down to this, Corey's first dance, the moment of truth movement. He's gonna be dancing to the Summer of '69. Corey gets through this first routine with about as much energy as a lobotomized sloth. That's being polite here. As far as the judges are concerned, and I know as far as I was concerned, I was laser focusing on just simply waiting for him to fall on his ass, and he actually didn't. So in that aspect, I guess this first dance was, in fact, a success. He didn't fall. Much like his recent Dancing with the Stars performance, 99% of the heavy lifting goes to his dance partner. She's essentially something shiny to look at while Corey stiffly shuffles around on those blades like Gollum with scoliosis. With the support of several of Corey's angels in the crowd cheering him on, Mr. Feldman wasn't able to really pull this together. Unfortunately, guys, I'm sorry to report. And I will also say this, Corey made it very clear that his performance was also hindered by his lack of knee pads. He forgot his knee pads, so that's why the slide wasn't as smooth as it could have been.
Well, he's got 6 Playboy bunnies to cheer him on tonight. If he gets through, there'll be 12 next week. A child star who's now a very laid-back Hollywood dude. And you can't sleepwalk into ice skating. It's wake-up time. And they did that Wizard of Oz kick sequence. 3.5, Robin 4. Katarina 3.5, it gives him 11.
Well done. Got a lovely fan club here this evening. You've got the bunny ladies up there, 8 bunny ladies. Hello there, girls. Nice to see you again. So how was that?
Well, it was better than I thought it would be.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forgot my knee pads though, so that slide really hurt.
Was there a little bit of a wake-up call?
Oh, there was a lot of a wake-up call. I was working on 2 films at the same time as training for this, so I didn't have the time to put into it that I wanted. And I felt really sad about that. But in the end, once I got here, I focused. I've been working really hard, and hopefully I get to stay for a while.
Was very tight. You tend to plod a little bit and rather than glide. You were very much a lost boy making up for lost time.
It was a little bit tentative the whole way through. I was waiting for you to fall over. You just didn't feel, to me, as though you were secure in the moves you were doing.
Well, Corey, to me, you're working so hard and you're trying so hard that it's so hard for me to criticize you. But when I watch you, it's like you're walking on raw eggs. And the whole time I'm more worried about Brooke, that you either step on her hair or you let her drop in one of the lifts. So I am so happy that you both finished in one piece and healthy.
Whew. Okay, I'm getting hot in the cardigan. I jumped the gun on cardigan season. I guess I'll have to wait another few weeks. Now, with this next performance, Corey gets to venture more into his element here when it's revealed that he's going to be dancing to a song from one of his 18 #1 movies, Stand By Me, with the song Stand By Me. Also with this one, we get a little special treat. He's also got a little input in this dance, and we find out he gets to have the opportunity to add some of his own personal, 100%, absolutely original choreography to the routine this time.
My question is, can we put more of my upper body in this week?
When he heard the music, he wanted to put some of his own dance moves into it.
Some more like that. Oh, I think as a dancer, I'm one of the best there is. I was friends with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, do all the Michael Jackson you can give me.
We wouldn't normally put Michael Jackson moves into a slow song like Stand By Me, but we wanted to give Corey a little bit of freedom, a bit of confidence, but we really do need him to focus on the skating skills.
Ow! I'm not up to par yet, but I'm close. And I think I'm close enough to where, with some choreography that I'm comfortable with, like this week's, I think that I'll be able to really kind of step it up a notch.
Anyway, this performance goes even worse than the first one. Surprisingly, when you loosen Corey's leash and he gains a bit of control, the score goes down, down, down. And Corey is pissed at his score from the judges. You can see it all over his face. It's hilarious. And not only that, as Corey is pissed off at his low scores, the judge goes back again and starts making fun of his hair. And he does this bit where he's got this strand and then he takes his glasses. It is fucking gold. And Corey is just dying inside. He's dying.
How was it for you skating to that piece of music?
It was nice. During the choreography, I thought of River a lot, and it was very heartwarming, and it was very beautiful for me.
Corey is just seething, and you can see it all over his face. He's getting roasted by the host who's swinging this greasy strand around. He's getting slammed by the judges. So then he tries gaining some sympathy points by mentioning River Phoenix and a little bit of a sob story, and that falls flat. Last judge pretty much all but says, dude, you suck. You're on the chopping block. You're about to be gone. It was nice knowing you.
I liked it a lot. I mean, I did obviously mess up the lunge at the beginning. I guess that's why they took the points away. I don't know, but I'll leave that up to them to decide.
Disappointment, Robin, there for Corey.
Disappointing to watch a little bit. I think it already started when it went wrong on the spin on the stage. You weren't that comfortable dancing. When you got into the Jackson moves was cool.
I think Jane and Chris are great. They work with what they've got. And unfortunately, isn't much because there wasn't many moves going on there. Yes, you were skating, but while you were skating, there wasn't much else going on.
Say something
Well,
positive,
Corey,
please.
you try so hard. Maybe less eggshells this time under your feet, but you can skate and you can't hide. In this canvas made of ice, I feel like this is not your playground. So you definitely need the audience this time to stand by you.
Well, if you want to stand by Corey to make sure that he's here next week, then vote for him when the lines open at the end of the show. Corey and Brooke.
Finally, guys, we get to our third and, spoiler alert, final routine on the show. This is a battle, a sort of duet battle that he does. And it is literally the worst one out of all of them where he does the least. Corey looks like his feet are on the verge of flying out from under him at any moment. I'd say that the only highlight of this, Corey does one of my favorite original moves, okay? He's been doing this move forever. It's been tried and true in his long storied career. We get this move. God, I love that move. It's so classic. This exit interview, there's this little interview that took place after the show, and you get to hear just classic Corey. I'm just gonna let Corey talk for a minute here.
Now, you said that off of the ice, you were the best dancer, and Michael Jackson taught you to dance, didn't he?
Well, he inspired my dance, and
right.
I literally mimicked him, and that's how I learned how to do Billie Jean. Then we became friends, and we used to dance together, and we'd talk about theory and things like that. So I did certainly learn a lot from
Do you think you did the wrong show? Should you have done Strictly, the one not on the ice?
No, because then that wouldn't be a challenge, and it wouldn't really be fair to the other contestants.
It's just classic Corey. That is it for my coverage of dancing on ice. Drop a comment below. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, I will talk to you very soon. Stay weird. Remember to always be yourself, unless you're Corey Feldman, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. What's up with the youth? What's up with the youth? What's up with the youth?